name's Darcy, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. It's a fun time around here. I make college videos and vlogs, and I'd love for you to stay and subscribe down below. So today I'm going to be making a video about reflecting on transferring, because I feel like not many people talk about this, and I have recently gone through the process of transferring. If you don't know, I was at the College of William and Mary in Virginia and transferred to NYU in New York City, and I am currently a second semester sophomore, and so I transitioned after my first semester sophomore year at William and Mary to my second semester at NYU. And so now it's spring break, last day of spring break actually, and I am halfway through my first semester at NYU, and I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts after having gone through the process of transferring and things people maybe don't realize. And so let's just get right into the video. Also, sorry if you can hear, but I live in New York, so there's a lot of noise. So I think there's like street performers outside and there's like random music, so sorry if you can hear that. The first thing I wanted to talk about is just that people don't realize that it's stressful to apply again through the Common App to transfer schools, and you have to do it while being a college student. And for me, this meant in the midst of midterms having to apply, and then also once I got in, it was around finals time, so I had to figure out navigating how to say I wasn't coming back to William & Mary, how to put money down for housing and all of that, and deposits for NYU. And I do that during finals, so it can be kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. And just kind of knowing that going in, as opposed to like, I don't know, it's just like a fun process. It's not necessarily a fun process, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So just be aware, like, it is gonna be a process, just as much as it's like the same as in high school when you apply for colleges through the Common App. So you have to do that again, which it's not necessarily the most fun thing in the world, but it can be worth it. Transferring is one of the best decisions I have personally ever made. I was very depressed when I was at William and Mary, and for a long time I thought it was just me, but I think a big contributing factor was that the environment was not the right place for me, and I have felt so much better since moving to New York. And that's not to say it's not a great school, because it is. It's just that it wasn't right for me. And so much of your college experience is about where you choose to go. And so if you end up not really liking where you go, I think transferring is one of the best things you can do for yourself. And you have to make that decision for yourself, but in my experience, it's been a really great decision. And if you're thinking about transferring and you're not happy, then you probably should do it, because if you were happy with where you chose, then you wouldn't even be thinking about it. So, you know, and I guess the thing is, it doesn't really hurt to apply. You can always decide to stay where you are. There's nothing holding you back from applying, and you can just see what happens. And if you do get in and you're so excited about that school that you got into, then yeah, you probably should be at that school and not where you are. So, you know, apply and just see what happens and look at the options, because you don't have to be stuck at a school you don't like for 4 years. And for me, I think that was a really good realization, because it gave me hope that I wasn't stuck, and just it seemed like everything was going so slowly and I just wanted to be done. I didn't want to be there. And coming here, the past 2 months have flown by, because I've just been doing so much and having so many great experiences and learning just a lot about journalism, which is what I want to study, which I couldn't there. And so that's, I guess, another thing is just sometimes you change what you want out of your college experience. You don't know necessarily when you're 17, 18 years old exactly what you want to do, and you might change your mind. So I changed my mind and realized I wanted to study journalism, and I was at a school that didn't have that, so transferring made a lot of sense. So sometimes things just come together, and it might be scary, yeah, but transferring makes sense. I think once I got in, I was so pumped and had such high expectations. But you have to know that no school is perfect, and your transition won't be perfect. So just go in knowing that hopefully things will be better, but things will never be perfect. And it is starting over in a weird way. I didn't realize how much at first I would feel like a freshman again, just having to do orientation and taking a lot of intro classes. So, you know, just kind of be aware that it's not like you're gonna get there and it's magically all gonna be just set in place and perfect. It does take time to adjust, just as any college transition does, and you know, making friends is a process. I'm still getting adjusted socially and academically and all of those things. So know that it takes guts to do it because it's scary, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. So I would say that trust your gut and know that if you feel like it makes sense to transfer, then you should do it, because it probably will pay off and you'll be happy that you did it, even if it seems scary and you'd rather just stay in your old habit, in your old place, what you already know. When I was first deciding to transfer, I was worried people would judge me because I messed up the first time around and picked a school I didn't actually end up wanting to stay at. But I have found people to be really supportive or just ambivalent towards my decision to transfer. And it shouldn't really matter. I know this is so cliche, but it shouldn't matter what other people think, especially in college, because your college experience is so much about finding yourself. And you know, it's just, everyone is on a different path once they get to college. In high school, everyone's competing against each other to get into those colleges, but once you're there, college should be about making your own path. And I think for me, that path has meant moving away from home and figuring out what I want, and figuring out I wasn't where I wanted to be and changing that. And so it's just been, it's a growing process and it's a learning process. And if you didn't pick the perfect college the first time around, so what? That means you learned something about yourself and you thought you knew what you wanted, but you changed, and that's okay, because to not have the same priorities that you do when you're a senior in high school just means you're growing. And that's the thing, is I loved William & Mary when I first chose it, but it just didn't work out in the end, and I changed a lot over my freshman year of college, and I just decided it wasn't for me anymore. And also, you just never know until you get to a school what it's really like to be a student there. And I just had such a better idea about what to look for in colleges once I went to college and actually experienced it, because all colleges want to make themselves seem great when they sell their ideas to you on those tours and in those pamphlets, but in reality a lot of colleges sweep things under the rug. And so I actually have another video about college admissions and what no one tells you, so definitely check that out. I will try and remember to link that down below, because that I kind of go into that more just in terms of choosing a good college for you. But that's something I never thought about as a high schooler, and it wasn't until I actually went to college and experienced stuff that I was able to process what I wanted in a college and pick NYU for myself after that. So I guess out of all that rambling, I hope you got something, but if you take nothing else away, take away the fact that it's okay to transfer. If you're a high schooler thinking about college and you feel like you have to make a decision that will be perfect, no, you can change your mind and it will be okay. You can transfer schools, and I'm here to tell you it can work out. But if you're in college and you're not happy where you are, or you're thinking about transferring, I say look at the options and go from there. And know that it can still work out. It might be a scary process, but it can in the end work out. And so I say go for it, you know, apply to those schools and see what happens. You know, worst comes to worst, you just stay where you're at and go from there. So I hope this maybe helps some of you out if you are thinking about transferring. And to anyone else, just know transferring is a good thing for most people and can really help people feel like they're in a better environment for themselves as they learn and grow. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want more videos about my transferring experience or college in general, life at NYU, all of those great things, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and leave any comments down below if you have questions about transferring or anything like that. I would love to answer them based on my own experience. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.